All right, everybody, we're going to get started. Hey, or anybody else that's on right now that I didn't welcome, welcome, everybody. We're going to get started. If everybody could just mute your phones and your computers, that'll be great. And we can do a little powwow afterwards if we need to, but we're going to jump right in. If I can align everything here. Recording's going. Awesome. So, share screen. Excellent. Welcome, everybody. This is so exciting. Welcome to our UK global opportunity here. My name is Joshua Dunsky. I have been involved with this program for about 5 years now. And if you asked me 5 years ago if I thought I'd be ever spreading myself outside of the world of spinal degeneration and neuropathy, I would have told you no way. But this program has changed my life, my family's life, in a way that you can't even conceive right now, or I couldn't even conceive. So I welcome all of you, and I want to show you what we're doing. For those of you that are brand new on here, I want to show you what we're doing in the States, in 13 other countries, and now we have the unbelievable opportunity to spread our knowledge throughout the United Kingdom. Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and the whole area in the UK. So we're going to jump right in, and I want to share with you what we're actually doing and why this company is really turning from a company into a culture throughout the world. So the first thing that I want to talk to you about before I show you what this opportunity really means, I need to show you what's going on in the world. We have a big problem right now. We have a big problem, and it's called the Tito syndrome. And this is why I think we as one force, as being a united force, we are getting sicker and sicker and sicker in a world where we have the most amazing doctors, the most amazing researchers, the most amazing science and medications to keep us alive. And yes, we're living longer, but are we actually living healthier? And so what I want to show you is a couple things. I want to show you the opportunity that we have right now, that you have right now over the United Kingdom, to join forces with us, with a movement. And so this platform has solutions for people who are getting sicker and sicker. Maybe they don't know about it, but also for people who need a financial opportunity. So this is a global health and wellness company that has solutions for people. But let's start with the product, and let's start with the science first so you really understand what we're doing. Toxicity, deficiency, obesity, and stress is what I believe as to what the problem is right now. We are bigger as a united force than we ever have been before. Obesity is an epidemic and a pandemic all over the place. We are getting more and more unhealthy. We're becoming more and more toxic, and we're becoming more and more deficient with the nutrients that we need for optimum health. And that's just the facts that are there right now. These aren't myths anymore. And so today, I should say, in the States, and tonight over in the UK, I'm not going to get into the product so much. This is really, I just want you to see that we really do have solutions. And I'll show you a little bit about the science also. But everything that we do, we're constantly around a toxic environment, from the water that we drink to the food that we eat. Even organic food, they find trace amounts of herbicides and pesticides. GMOs, they're killing us. They're killing us. I mean, the FDA finally came out with a 44,000-page document that says their own scientists from the FDA said no one should be consuming GMO foods. Yet all over the world now, you're eating GMO food. It's killing us. It's making us sicker and sicker. We know that the Red Cross did a big study that was published on CNN, and they found that they took these babies' umbilical tissue and blood at birth, these brand new, beautiful baby girls and baby boys, and they found that they all had over 257 deadly toxins, these chemicals inside their bodies at birth. So, you know, we're in a world where we're climbing an uphill battle. We need solutions. People are stressed out. We're getting junk in our food. We're just becoming more and more unhealthy is the point of this conversation. And so what Isagenix is, what this platform is that we are a global health and wellness company with solutions to transform lives, literally. And I'm so proud to be aligned with this company on so many levels. And for tonight's purpose, I won't get into all of those, but this is just to open up an opportunity, which we'll talk about later on in this conversation. But we really want to impact world health. That is the main goal of Isagenix, and that's what I'm doing here, and that's what many of you are doing here also. We are in line to be the largest health and wellness company in the world, and there's no question that we're going to do this. We have a corporate vision of 75 billion worldwide. So currently, we're at $1 billion, but worldwide, our vision in the future is to be a $75 billion company, and that's all by helping people achieve their goals, whether it's a physical goal or a financial goal. Something that I'm very proud of, I'm a practitioner. I specialize in neuropathy and spinal degeneration. I still practice. I have a clinic outside of Boston, Massachusetts. And I brought this program on board, not for the money, not for the networking, and not for the big sites, basically outside my four walls, but really because of the science and the nutrition. And when I tell you that most companies, most nutritional companies, nutraceutical companies do not have good clinical studies, most of them don't have any science or studies behind them. We now have 6 published studies, okay, that prove what we say is actually true. These are published studies in reputable journals and peer-reviewed medical journals. And again, for tonight's purpose, I'm not going to get into them so much, but I want to call your attention to just a couple because it's very important. This that you see in front of you is just a snapshot at those studies. And again, I do product webinars, and you're all more than welcome to come back on this call, bring friends, bring prospects, where I can show you the products and I can show you why this science is different from anything else out there. And that is, we can pretty much prove that now through the technology that we have. I do want to show you this. One of the studies that was done, it was done at UIC, University of Chicago at Illinois, University of Illinois at Chicago, excuse me. They compared people on the Isagenix program, the Isagenix nutritional cleansing system, which, by the way, is the only true nutritional cleansing system with intermittent fasting. And I can talk to you about that as well. So they took the Isagenix program and they put a category of people on this program, and they compared them to people on the heart healthy diet. So if you go to your doctor and your doctor says, oh, you have high blood pressure, you have cholesterol, you need to go on the heart healthy diet. That means basically eat good, eat lean, right? So they compared Isagenix versus people eating healthy, not versus people eating McDonald's. And this is what they found. We had 56% more weight loss with Isagenix, 47% more fat loss with Isagenix. But here's the kicker. And this is why we have so many, we have thousands of practitioners that utilize this program, because we have twice the reduction of visceral fat. Visceral fat is what makes us sicker and sicker and sicker. Visceral fat causes what we know as metabolic disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, fatty liver disease, all of those things that are controllable, right? So we don't want visceral fat. That's the fat that goes around our organs that kills us slowly over time. So you're telling me that the Isagenix program is gonna allow my body to be healthier than from just eating regular food? Yeah, we can prove it now. In fact, we have a published MRI that goes along with that study that shows reduction in the visceral fat. So this is incredible. Not only this stuff, but Isagenix sends their final products to universities to be tested. So we can say has been proven to help regulate insulin levels, has been proven to increase lean muscle mass, has been proven to aid the body in fat loss, right? We can say those things compliantly because we have the studies to back them up. It's incredible. It's an amazing place to be. But really, what is this whole platform? This whole platform is about relationship building. It's about relationship building. Now, here's what I want you to understand. Would I go to a restaurant by seeing an advertisement on TV? Well, I might. But if my friend Aura tells me, Josh, you have to go to this restaurant, they have the most amazing food, it's all farm to table, I'm going to listen to Aura's recommendation over an advertisement, right? That's what Verizon Wireless does. They say, listen, if you can bring on some family members into our program, we're going to reward you. We're going to give you free minutes. Well, this company does the same thing. It's all about relationships. It's about understanding, getting on these products, letting yourself have a product experience. You need to have a product experience. We're not looking for salespeople. We're not looking for people to just get out there and sell. That's not what this is. This is talking to people, understanding what people's pain is, understanding that people need residual forms of revenue. They need another income stream, or they need a product story. They need weight loss, or they need better health, better sleep, better energy. It's just saying, listen, I'm doing something right now. You may or may not be interested. Are you open to taking a look at this? I think this may benefit you. Whatever that is, it's using your networks and building networks. And why this is so amazing right now in the UK is because we're in pre-launch mode right now. We've never done a pre-launch before. So there's a huge opportunity. And I want you to think back to the dot-com days. Remember the dot-coms before the dot-com became the dot-com? Those people that were involved before it really hit in a big way, they walked out of there in a different financial place, if you know what I mean. This is why this is so appealing right now over in the United Kingdom. And again, we'll talk about that at the end of this. But it's really about word of mouth advertising. Understanding our core principles is key, is absolutely key. Word of mouth advertising, like I said, is the most credible source of advertising. So other companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars on television commercials. But I'd rather take a recommendation from someone that I know, like, and trust. I'd rather Vinny say, oh my God, you gotta check out these shoes, or you gotta go to this new gym. I have the most experience in this gym. Or Cindy says, listen, you gotta try this new whatever it is. I'm gonna listen. That's called word of mouth advertising. It's the most credible source. But the principles are as such. If you have a company that you believe in, that's great. But you have to have products that work. You have to have products that are emotional. They're consumable, and they have results attached to them. If the products don't work, you and I wouldn't be here right now. The products have to do what they say they do. And unbelievably, that's where we are right now. That's what I'm doing right now. I spend my time talking to, I'll talk to 2 people at a time. I'll talk to 2,000 people on how amazing this opportunity is and this culture is. It's changed my life, my family's life, 180 degrees. It's completely changed the financial footprint of my family based on science that helps people get healthy and gives them an opportunity to generate revenue from that. It's unbelievable. And the last thing is residual income creates lifestyles. So an example, my aunt is a songwriter. She wrote some very popular songs. She spent time creating that song once and gets paid over and over and over again. Right? It's not just for people who don't have a job. Yes, of course, it's a way to generate money. It's not just for people who have a job and like their job. There's a few of those out there that like their job, but most people have the golden handcuffs. They're married to their job. That was me. I was working 6 days a week, never seeing my kids. That was me once upon a time. It's not me now. I work 3 days in the clinic, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The rest of the time, I'm either with my family or I'm promoting what I know can change people's lives. So it's an amazing place to be. I do want to spend a few minutes talking about the company. You need to understand where this company has been and where they are now. This company started back in 2002 with a policy of no compromise, zero compromise. They will not put out a product or a program that is not good for the end consumer, period. If it's not good for you and I, it's not good for the world. And that's what they live by. And every time we open up a door and we want to find out, why do they do it this way? What does this mean? I'm just more impressed and more impressed every time I see the details than the extent that they go to be in first place on every level. Isagenix has $4 billion in cumulative sales. 2017 is our first $1 billion a year. And we have now, I did this slide a few weeks ago. So a few weeks ago, we had 210 millionaires. I think we have a few more millionaires right now. We're only 15 years old and we have 210 millionaires in the company. And I think it's over 40, I don't know exactly, over 40 7-figure income earners. That's every year generating millions of dollars every year. And again, I can find out that number for you. That's pretty impressive. And thousands of people that make 6 figures. So I'll show you how that's done in a little bit, but I want you to understand that the gravity of this company, right? So We're the 10th company in the world that's going to be able to hit 1 billion in a year this year. So that's pretty impressive without spending a dime in advertising, right? Isagenix keeps all that advertising money. So Coca-Cola spends hundreds of billions of dollars a year. The pharmaceutical companies spend billions of dollars a year in advertising. Isagenix doesn't. They keep that money and they give it to you and I only if you believe in the company, only if you believe in the product, only if you believe this product, this system can help someone attain a higher level of health. That's why they don't want salespeople. They want people organically and authentically talking about this program. And then when you do, they give that money back, okay? So I want to show you a recent newsletter. And I'm not trying to impress you. I want to show you what's possible here. These people, these 5 people on this newsletter that came out are all ordinary people, all people just like you and I. We have a woman on here in her young 20s who is studying to get her PhD. We have a guidance counselor who used to clean houses to make extra money. These are all ordinary people who make extraordinary income now by getting involved with a system whose products have changed them on the inside. And they just share this with people. These people on here, they all make over $100,000 a month. And what's unique, it took them between 2 and 5 years to do so. Now, could this take 10 years to make a mid-6-figure income? Sure, it could. But who wouldn't do that? We're talking about residual income. I certainly would work my butt off for 10 years to get to a place of freedom. Absolutely, I would. We actually have an accelerated program for people who really want to do this quickly, and we call it our exit strategy, our 3 to 5 year exit strategy. That doesn't mean everybody's going to do it. This isn't a get rich quick. This is if you want to learn how to generate and leverage this company and generate significant income that can change your financial footprint, whether that's $50,000 a year, $150,000 a year, $500,000 a year, you can do it. And we have people on this call right now that can attest to that. This is just an opportunity. It's a system that allows people to get to a different place. Isagenix is number 22 on the DSA list. For those of you that don't know what the DSA is, the Direct Selling Association is an association within network marketing that says these companies are actually doing what they say they're going to do. They say that actually they have ingredients inside their products that's on the label. Okay, so they look at the transparency of all of these companies. There are tens of thousands of network marketing companies out there and direct selling companies out there, tens of thousands of them. Isagenix is already number 22 worldwide, right? And the significance of that is the companies, out of the average of the top 24, the average age of those companies are 40 years old. Isagenix made it to number 22 already, and they're only 15 years old. So why are they doing so well so quickly? Because everything they do is the right way. They don't cut corners. They don't compromise on any level. We're number 13 in North America right now. And again, there's tens of thousands of these companies out there. If you're on the top 100, you're doing something okay. We have over 600,000 active associates in the company. And here's something that's very special. 83.5% of Isagenix, they're just product users, okay? These are people that are not working the business. They're simply coming to Isagenix for the cleanest food on the planet, the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. That is huge. We are their Whole Foods. We're their Trader Joe's. It's incredible. 11.5% of people in Isagenix, they simply take advantage of the opportunity. They get paid here and there. They make a couple referrals. They usually make under about $500 a month. And that's okay. You know, to get your products paid for, to be able to eat the cleanest food on the planet for free, I'd do that. Absolutely. But here's something special. 5% of the company does what I do, does what some of you on this call does. 5% treats us like a business. And we teach people how to capitalize on this equity. That's what we do. We're basically, in a nutshell, we're getting equity from this global health and wellness company by recommending these programs to people. And again, you know, we saw the numbers down there. Pretty impressive. So let me show you, without getting into too many details, I'm going to show you what this really means. I'm going to show you how we're able to generate the revenue that we do. And it all starts with a penny. So this is called the compound effect. It has to do with accelerated growth, 100% accelerated growth. This is what we want. This is what we want our money to do in the market, but doesn't always happen, obviously. If you take a penny a day, okay, and on day one, we're going to start with 2 pennies. If you take 2 pennies on the first day and double those pennies every day, so on the second day, we have 4 pennies, 4 cents. On day 3, we have 8 cents. On day 4, we have 16 cents. Just keep doubling it. By the end of the first 10 days, you've made $10. So just double your money every day. On the second 10 days, say, okay, by day 20, those 2 pennies turned into $10,000. Okay. And now the third 10 days, okay, in 30 days, that penny turned into $10 million. When I first saw this, I took out my calculator and I did this 17 times, every single time. Like, that can't be true. That can't be true. But you can do this. I invite you to do it. 2 pennies on day 1, double them every day. This is because of accelerated growth. It's compressive forces that allow this to happen to our money. And when you work in a company where you're leveraging other people's efforts, remember J. Paul Getty, he first billionaire in the United States, he said, I'd rather have 1% effort from 100 people than 100% of my own effort, right? So that's what this is. We're leveraging a culture of people that are getting healthier and teaching other people how to get healthy, and or teaching other people how to generate revenue. And so if I'm getting paid from all these people, they're making me this money. And that's what happens for you. And that's what the possibility is now for the United Kingdom. And that's what we want to show you how that happens. So just to give you some idea, so network marketing for some of you, I know there's network marketing companies in the United Kingdom, but some people still have never heard of it, and that's okay. There's many people here in the States that have never heard of it. So just to give you an idea of how big this business is, Major League Baseball brings in about $7 billion a year. The National Football League brings in about $9 billion a year. Worldwide music industry, about $16 billion a year. The movie industry worldwide, $80 billion in the movie industry. And so if you look over here, network marketing brings in $178 billion a year. I think that number is a little higher now this year. I heard that it went up. But last year was $178 billion. They're paying out in commission $71 billion to the field. That's to you and I for saying thank you. So I recommended someone, so Aura recommended that I go to a certain restaurant. I was over in Paris in October. She said, you got to go to this restaurant. I went there, had an amazing experience. Aura didn't get paid any money from that restaurant. I go see a movie. It made me laugh, made me cry. It was emotional. It was an amazing experience. The first thing I do is I tell my friend or I tell my wife, you got to go see this movie. I didn't get paid from the movie industry to do that. This situation is different. Isagenix says, thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Katya, for recommending a program to someone that you believe can change their life. We're going to pay you for that. So that's where that commission goes. They pay $200 million a day. Not Isagenix. I'm talking globally. Network marketing pays $200 million a day in commission to people like you and I for saying thank you for recommending a program that you believe can help somebody. That's incredible. That's absolutely incredible. And what this really is you're sharing a gift with people. That's all it is. You're not convincing, you're not dragging, you're not making someone do something they don't want to do. You're saying, Jimmy, you're working 3 jobs. Every time I talk to you, you complain that you never see your kids. I'm doing something right now that's changed my life. This may or may not be for you. Are you open for me to show you what I'm doing? That's it. I don't try to explain anything. I don't try to detail anything. We have tools and we have people that can get on a call with you and help you with that. It's just saying, listen, I have something you might be interested in. This may or may not be for you. Or the other story is, Linda, every time I talk to you, you're doing another diet, you're doing another program. You tell me how you're feeling, that your sleep is getting worse, your energy is on the ground, you have no energy. I'm doing something right now that's changed my health. This may or may not be for you. Are you open to learning what I've done? Period. So you're sharing the gift of health with someone, or you're sharing the revenue generation with someone. That's it. And then we have steps to go further than that. This is a system, and we'll show you how to do. But I want to show you conceptually of what this is. It's not difficult. Okay. So let me just advance this over here. We'll talk about market disruptors. This is what has happened. We all know Apple Computer. They disrupted the way we communicate. Amazon disrupted the way we shop. Google disrupted the way we get information. And now Isagenix is disrupting the way we create income. We're talking about 210 millionaires in a company that's 15 years old. That's crazy. That's because we can show people how to go quickly if they want to make money very quickly, or some people want to go slow. Totally fine. It's totally fine. But we have a vehicle now to change where we are. I don't care if you make good money. Most people who make good money are still stressed out. They may not love what they do. They can't stop working because if they stop working, their insurance goes away, the car goes away, your kid's tuition goes away, right? This is another stream of income. And I'm not saying quit your job right away. I'm saying do something on the sidelines. If you have 4 hours a week, 6 hours a week, you can hit some pretty amazing goals financially because of this opportunity. Let me show you something else that's incredible. There are some business owners on here. When I tell people we have a 60% customer retention rate, business owners would kill for a 60% retention rate. That's incredible. That's what Isagenix has. Our retention goes up to 95%. 95% if we can show someone how to get the products paid for. So I had someone last week, she said, listen, I want to do the program, but I'm hurting for money. I'm hurting for money. And I said, great. I said, you see the value in the program. You're hurting for money. How would you like to not have to say that anymore? Okay, let me show you how by sharing this. Do you believe this can help you? Yes. Do you have any friends that you think that may need better sleep, or they want some weight loss, or they need some extra cash? Of course. So by showing her how to generate and leverage that income, her retention went up to 95% across the company. If we can show them how to get their products paid for, not difficult, not difficult. And this, Isagenix takes 50% of the price, okay? 50% of the product price, and they put it back into the field for you and I. That's huge. 50% of their product prices go back into the field. Again, they're doing this so they can reward people for helping them grow their business. They help us grow our families and our financial opportunity here. So these numbers on here, it's not going to happen for everybody. It's not going to happen for everybody. It's going to happen for people who plug in or who make it happen. There is no cap. There's no income cap or revenue cap for anybody. We have people that are happy making $500 a month. We're happy people. There are people that are happy making $300 a month. But the people that plug into this, they want to make a car payment. They want to make a mortgage payment. They start to see that this is real, and they start to build on that using a proven system. What's likely? What can happen? Yes, we have people that make $50,000 to $100,000 in the first year. That's absolutely possible, depending on how you plug in and what you want to do. You can make low to mid six figures in 24 months or less. Could it take you 4 years? Sure it could, or 5 years. Absolutely it can. It really depends on what you want to have done and how fast you want to run with this or walk with this, quite frankly. So let me show you what this really looks like. And again, I'm not going to get so deep into the details. What I want to do is show you the concepts. If you come on board with us, everybody has two teams. Okay, you get an account with Isagenix. Yes, you get on the products. You've got to experience them. You got to believe that they help you. Because if you don't like the products, then everything I'm telling you right now is a moot point. We're not gonna go any further. They want people to authentically talk about this program. We have a left team and a right team. That means when someone else is interested in getting healthy or generating revenue, there's only two places you can put them. You either put them on your left team or you put them on your right team. That's it. So every account is opened under the next person. So I have a friend, Kim. Kim comes in. She's looking to lose weight. She's in California. Kim's husband just got laid off and wants to generate some revenue. So we put Pete under Kim. And now I have a business builder over in Australia right now who's a practitioner. Tom gets put on the system. And then Linda is another friend of ours. She's in Ohio. So do you understand that you're part of a system? You're part of a team that is leveraging other people. And I'm going to show you that. But that's all it is. We have two teams, quite simply, and we build our teams. Okay. So now I want to take you into how that happens. Okay. How does this happen? How do you leverage these other people and make money from this? So you get on the products, you have a product experience. You like them, you think it can change somebody, you talk to someone. You talk to Kim. Kim needs to lose weight. Every product associated with Isagenix has a point system associated with it. So say the shake, for instance, has a certain number of points. So when Kim comes on board, whatever she purchases in her program to get to her goal, maybe she wants to lose weight, there are points that come on board. So Kim generates 100 points, but you know what else? You get 100 points from Kim. All you did was recommend the system, okay? So that's pretty impressive. That's pretty cool. And now Kim's husband sees what Kim is doing, and Kim's husband, Pete, wants to get healthy too. So Pete comes on board. Pete gets an account. And by the way, it costs $29 for an account. Very reasonable. Pete gets on a system that's $100. So Isagenix says, thank you, Kim. We're going to put, Pete gets on a system, and there's 100 points attached to that system. Kim gets 100 points, and guess what? So do you. You didn't put Pete on the system. You only put Kim on the system. But Isagenix is giving you 100 points also. And now Pete has a friend over in New Zealand, Tom. And Tom is looking to generate another stream of income. Tom owns a mortgage company, but he understands residual income, and he's on board now. So Tom comes on board. He buys some products. He has 300 points that are attached to their products. Those 300 points goes into Tom's account, goes into Pete's account, Kim's account, and your account. Do you see what's happening here? This is undiluted indefinitely. This is what keeps happening. So you may never know who Linda is. Linda can be on some, 10,000 people deep. She gets onto a program that's 300 points. You're going to get 300 points. And why this is so powerful is because of this. Let me show you what happens with those 300 points. So I told you before, you have a right team and a left team. Mind you, this is going on your right side. Well, this is also happening on your left side, okay? So now you've generated 800 points on your right team, and you've generated 1,200 points on your left team, right? I can't see anybody, so I assume people are, let me just, you know what? I'm going to check in with everybody to make sure, because I couldn't see anybody. Whose face can I see on here? Who can I pick on for a second? Katya, can you hear me okay? Everything good? Awesome. Thank you. All right. So let's plug back in here. So the concept behind this is when you accumulate 900 points, you're going to cycle. Those points turn into dollars, okay? So you need either 600 points from one team and 300 points from the other team. It doesn't matter which side. But do you understand that it's from all these people's efforts? It's not you. It's not just your efforts. Yes, you may recommend the program to 3 people, but all of a sudden you have 20 people in your business, and now you're making all these points from all these people. This is what J. Paul Getty was talking about, the first billionaire in the country. This is why the top 4% of our country has leverage. They can put their feet up. They're making residual income. So just quickly, and I'm not going to get into details, but if you need 600 points from one team and 300 points from the other team to cycle, that's what happens. So as soon as one team accumulates 600, the other team 300, you get paid $54, right? And now there's points left over because you still had 600 left from that pot of points on the left side, and you still had points left over from the right side. You cycle again. So what starts to happen is you start to cycle once a week and then twice a week. And as your team grows, and not only from your efforts, you start cycling multiple times a week and then once a day, twice a day. But every time you hear the word cycle, that's $54. So what if you cycle twice a day? $108 a day? Are you kidding me? What if you cycled 5 times a week? Huge. That's residual income that keeps happening based on other people's efforts. Do you start to see what happens? This is real. This is incredible. I don't know any other business or industry that can do this type of, has this type of leverage, right? Unless you're a superstar athlete and you're getting paid residual, you wrote a song and you started a movie, this doesn't happen. And this is what it starts to look like over a period of time. Your team grows and grows and grows based on what you've done, but mainly based on what other people have done. And it continues to grow with no limit. This is huge. This is why my family's footprint, financial footprint, has changed. And many of you on this call right now. I'm not going to spend time talking about this. I just want to show you what the cycles are. So basically, this is there are weekly cycles on here. If you have someone, if you yourself or someone on your team is cycling 5 times a week, they're basically generating about $14,000 a year. That's just 5 times a week. And you saw by that diagram how attainable that really is. Oops, I just went back a slide. How attainable that really is for most people, because you're just talking about something that you believe in. If you're cycling 20 times a week, that's anywhere between 56,000 and 109,000 a year. Our job, we're vested in your success. We will work, if you come into this program and you want to generate revenue from this, we have ways of starting this very quickly with a simple, proven plan. Just like I hate this analogy, I hate it and I love it. McDonald's has horrible food for your health. We know that. But they have a system that's genius. They have a systematized program that says, listen, you buy a McDonald's franchise, you don't reinvent the hamburger, you don't reinvent the French fry. People have tried to do that and they fail. Why? Because they got a system down. So if you come on board with us and you want to generate revenue, just be coachable, be open, and let us plug you into a system that's proven to work. Those people I showed you that were 7-figure income earners and the 210 millionaires that we have, they do the same thing. Oh, what's going on? You logging in? Hold on a second, guys. Okay. They have a system that I use. I use the same system these 7-figure income earners use. And you have a system. If you're day one in this business, the same program. We have leaders that will lock arms with you. All of us will work with you to generate that type of revenue, have that type of business. I do want to say a couple things. These products do not cure, prevent, treat any illness or disease. These products are for training purposes only. Okay, we'll be very clear on that. I also want to send out this financial disclaimer. You're not going to make $1 million in 3 months. You're not going to make $1 million in 6 months. It's very unlikely that that'll happen. So the examples I gave you were examples of people that plugged into a system. But there's also realistic numbers. To make $100,000 in a year or 15 months, can you do it? Absolutely. You plug in. Yes. Could it take you 24 months to make 100,000 residual and growing? Sure. It just depends on the effort and the work that you put in. It is not easy. It's work. Okay. But it's not difficult, right? It's not a complicated program. It's a simple system that takes some work, but we're all vested in your success to do this. So what are we looking for? We have never done a pre-launch before. We're in 13 countries, like I said before. The United Kingdom encompasses Wales, Northern Ireland, Scotland, and we're looking for ambassadors. We're looking for people who want to start off on the ground floor with us and help us grow a network over there. Again, I want you to understand you're in a place right now, like the .com people, the people that got brought on for IT in these .com companies and said, listen, we're going to pay you, but we're also going to give you shares of our company. Well, that was a big thing that happened because those people who got a few shares became instant millionaires because it happened at the right time. We are brand new. We are allowing people to come on board in the UK at no cost. There's no fee. Normally, there's a $29 fee, which is still minuscule. We're offering you a 6- and 7-figure opportunity, a platform to generate a business for yourself that can change where you are. If whatever your needs are financially, it can be done. It can be solved through this. So we want people to identify their network, help us identify a network. And even if it's not for you, that's okay. This program may not be for you, but I guarantee you, someone you know is looking for solutions. They're looking for better health. They're looking for a couple extra $100 a week. If someone makes $300 a week or $200 a week, I think that's a lot of money. You can do that in one phone call, and I can show you that. It all comes from integrity that understanding these products work. And right now, bless you, right now, these products aren't available. I think it's now mid-March, okay? We're in the UK. We're ready to launch. If we can start people up before that happens, you can actually be in a position to be at the highest level that this company offers. I'm an executive with the company. Many of you are executives on this call right now. An executive means that you have 5 people on your right team and 5 people on your left team that are consultants, which means they've been able to enroll 2 people themselves. So what that means is my job is to help you identify your consultants and help them bring on 2 people, not 200, not 2,000, but 2 people that need a solution, 2 people that need better health. They want to lose weight. They want better sleep, or they want a financial opportunity. That's it. If we can assemble your team and you have 10 total consultants, just 10, and again, if you have 2, you're already ahead of the game before we launch in March, right? It doesn't have to be, but I'm just showing you the opportunity. You can immediately rise up to the level of executive, and now you're taking part in these incredible shares of the company. There's different bonus pools and all these things I'm not going to talk about tonight. But you can literally, I showed you that chart. You could be cycling 10 times a week or 20 times a week. That's literally about $1,000, $500 a week or $1,000 a week, depending on where you are and what you want. Right away when we turn the switch. Is that going to happen for all of you? No, it depends on what you really want. But if you tell me you have 6 hours a week, 6 hours a week, so I still work, I don't do this full time. You have a full-time job. If you can make a couple calls in the morning, maybe at lunch, if you can plug in at night, maybe you have an hour Saturday morning before the kids come up, get up. That's all it takes. I love when people say, I'm too busy. When someone says to me they're too busy, I have to take a step back and check myself. I run a full-time clinic. I'm a full-time practitioner. I have 5 kids. We have a very busy life. I make time for what's important. I used to think I was too busy until I really understood that, listen, 4 hours a week, 6 hours a week, if you want to put in more, great, your business is going to rocket. But it doesn't take a lot. It really doesn't take a lot of time. It's just working smart. We want you to experience our culture. Get on. I do webinars like this all the time. You have someone that may be interested, plug them into these events. Every Friday at 4 o'clock Boston time, 9 o'clock UK time, I'm going to be doing the same thing. And then I'm also doing product webinars where you can learn about the science and the product, the weight loss, and all that other great stuff. But the one thing that we ask is, we're looking for people that are coachable. We're looking for people. Look, if I want to train to be a chef, if I want to train to be, an accountant, I need to open up my ears. I need to be coachable and learn from people that are doing this the right way. That's all we ask. Those are the people. We're looking for ambassadors right now to be open to being coachable, but also helping us explode this country, explode the UK with this amazing company. We're the #1 company in Australia and New Zealand right now. It's not going to be long till that happens in the UK. So, you know what? I'm not gonna share this slide right now. I think we're going to stop where we are now, and I'm going to stop the recording. Everybody stay on. I'm just going to stop the recording aspect of this, and I want to open the floor up to